Working with Mapping Manager. Associating mappings. The agenda. Associating mappings. Associating code maps with data item mappings. Associating reference tables with mappings. And linking requirements to mappings. Associating code maps with data item mappings. Go to Application Tile icon. Click Data Catalog. Click Code Set Manager. Before associating a code mapping with a data item mapping, you need to publish the code map. Under the Code Mappings Workspace panel, click Code Set Mappings. Right-click the required code map. Click Publish. Publish Code Set Map page appears. Enter appropriate values in the fields. Fields marked with a red asterisk are mandatory. Click Save, and the code set map is published, and it can be found in the Publish Code Mappings panel under the selected Published environment. And here we see just that. A new version of the code set map is created under the Mappings tree. Associate Publish Code Maps with data item mappings. Go to the Application Tile icon, click Data Catalog, click Mapping Manager. Under the Workspace Mappings pane, click the required map. The center pane showing the mapping specification appears. In the Mapping Specifications grid, click Edit. Right-click the header menu and select the CSM Mapping checkbox. The CSM Mapping column appears in the Mapping Specification. Expand the required category, which contains the code crosswalks to be associated with the data item mapping. On the right pane, expand Code Mapping Catalog. Drag the code map into the mapping specification and drop it under the CSM Mapping column in the required row. Click Save and Continue in the Mapping Specification. Code map is associated with the data item mapping. Associating reference tables with mapping. Reference tables must be published before you plan to link it with mappings. Go to the Application Tile icon, click Data Catalog, click Mapping Manager, and under the Workspace Mappings pane, click the required mapping. Mapping Specification grid appears, and click to edit. Right-click the header menu and select the Reference Table checkbox. Reference table columns become visible in the Mapping Specifications grid. Drag and drop the reference table from Reference Table Catalog to the required row under the Reference Table column. Click to save and continue. Mapping Specification is saved and the reference table is associated with the mappings. Linking requirements to mappings. Link your functional requirements to data mappings, helping in enterprise-level traceability between requirements and mappings. Go to the Application icon, click Data Catalog, click Mapping Manager. Under the Workspace Mappings panel, click the required mapping. Mapping Specification grid appears. In the Mapping Specifications grid, right-click Header menu and select Specification Artifacts checkbox. Specification Artifacts column becomes visible in the Mapping Specifications grid. Click in the right pane, expand Specification Artifact Catalog. Expand the project node which contains the required specification. Drag and drop the specification on the Specification Artifacts column in the required row. Click to save and continue. Requirements are linked to the mappings. For more information, please visit erwin.com.